Hello and welcome to another Near Running Cast. As always, my name is Johno, and for this episode, I'm joined by a very special guest, Chris Underwood from Run Last Click. Chris,
hello.
How are you doing?
No, I'm doing alright. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing good too.
Oh, it's lovely. I've got a cup of tea here. I'm ready to talk about some... I was going to say read.
Yes, that's right. In this game, we have round 4, game 1 of the BABW Qualifier in Reading. And on the left-hand side, we have friend of the cast, Laurie Poulter from Brighton. On the right-hand side, we have enemy of the cast, Brendan Jackson from Oxford.
History.
Yes. No, just kidding. He's a great guy too.
There's a nice soft focus on this episode. I like it.
So we have Laura's playing RP and Brendan's playing Noise. Have you played either of these guys in a tournament atmosphere?
Well, funny you should mention it, Jono. Yeah, I've played Laurie a couple of times, actually. And I've worked out that he is cursed to never beat me in a actual tournament.
Oh, really?
Yes, no, both times
wow.
I've sadly for him beaten him like once in the finals of Brighton. Yes, Brighton. Regionals, and then once at nationals.
Oh, okay. Oh, good.
I considered retiring just so that I could, keep that way. But yeah, he's done the white tree thing and put out a sundew and put a bit of annoying ice in front of it.
Yeah. So that one bogey, you aside.
Cash. That's nice as well.
Yeah. Sundew is obviously crucial for RP.
Yes.
And you and Brendan does the right thing, goes after it as quickly as he can.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. No, you don't want that up. Any length of time at all, just get rid of that shit, definitely. And
double icing R&D, as RP, would you consider icing HQ and archives first? I mean, to prepare your remotes. You haven't got your remotes yet. Oh, as we've seen,
Future Perfect popped up there. I don't know, man. Depends what's in your hand. If there's bugger all in there, then
as time goes on, as you're setting up scoring remote, I suppose that's true.
And maybe he's particularly worried about like a medium run out of Anarch or something.
So he failed to steal the Future Perfect, but he did in pit, so it is in archives now. So he's going to have a couple of goes trying to get it.
Yes.
He's only got one credit.
Yeah, so that makes it interesting. But then he can just run.
He can tax Laurie a lot.
Exactly.
0. Yeah. Okay, so he's taking some money away. He's going to run again.
Yeah. No, Laurie's...
and Laurie gives up.
Just throws it at him. Oh, come on, Laurie. Go on.
So Laurie, with some disdain, it's fair to say.
Yeah, threw that across the table. Blimey. All right, cool.
Okay, so Norris has a 3-point lead, and is he going to feel good? I mean, Future Perfect is a great one to steal. It's difficult to get.
Yes.
You always like to see Nisei's, that kind of thing early, but being able to get, I don't know, one of the Future Perfects you'll probably have to steal to win.
Yes,
it's great.
No. That's a blinding start. Yeah. He's had to spend a lot of money to get to that point. He's quite low, but I guess he's only like a cash install away from kind of getting back up there again.
Yeah, he doesn't have any of his resource parts. No wild side, which you'd expect. No ESOPs, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And is going after Jackson almost as crucial for Noise as a sundew?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
You don't want to leave it on the table too long.
No, not really.
And it looks like Laura's going to use it. I mean, it's dangerous. I feel like against Noise, it's dangerous to use Jackson for the overdraw ability because you already have to use it.
Yeah. I see what you mean, man. Yeah, but I think Laurie's digging for stuff. He's feeling like it's important to. I don't know what he wants. Maybe he just wants to, while Noise is low, just wants to get a Nisei into hand or just get some decent ice, like a. I don't know, like what's that one? What's that code gate that?
What, Tolbooth?
No. That Jinteki likes the Lotus Field. Yeah.
That's Lotus Field's very good anti-noise. Nice, that's true. So we've got a couple of remotes. So one's a mental health. I guess the other one's probably mental health as well.
Yeah.
I mean,
what's the upgrade on Jackson? That's interesting.
So there's an upgrade on Jackson. I assume that's a Caprice, and that this is going to become his scoring server. Maybe even more reason to go after the Jackson.
Yes.
Protecting a Jackson with a Caprice against Noise.
Yes.
It's quite a tricksy thing to do.
Yes, it's not usual, but no, it's good. I'm assuming Laurie is thinking this is going to be some sort of Faust deck.
Yeah, so he may or may not know. I know.
Yes.
Because, I don't know, I know Brendan quite well. He's a big fan of Noise. He plays Noise a lot.
Yes.
So this is a kind of Noise meal plus Faust. So this this tournament took place shortly after the release of Underway.
Yep.
So there's a lot of kind of good Anarch cards from the early San cycle, including Faust, which kind of made Noise and all Anarchs really good. Street Pillar is another great card.
I like Street Pillar a lot. Yeah, it's great fun.
It's good. I mean, it's really good out of Anarch as well. But it gives it's a very Anarch approach to the kind of instant speed option. So chicken R&D, no reses, but we're going to get a medium data sucker. Okay.
Yeah, get a counter on there. That's nice.
And build up. Okay, so he's going to see a crick. He's going to.
Crick
I
is
guess
a
leave
nice
that there,
card to put on archives against Noise.
So it's very likely we're going to see.
Yeah, so he's having a look before that gets put down. So that's nice.
Well, with Jackson on the table, he probably won't see much, but I guess he's hoping to force the Jackson.
Yeah, you hope for. Ooh.
Oh, in fact, he doesn't access. He uses Hades Shard. Interesting.
That's
Hades
nice.
Shard obviously being able to trigger before Jackson.
Yes.
Assuming it's during the runner's turn. So
only if he installs it. The hard
I'm
way,
sorry,
though.
you're quite right. Yes, you're quite right. So now that it's on the table, he can use it whenever he wants.
Yes, exactly. So that's got to make you feel pretty nervous. You're going to use Jackson as soon as you get maybe even one agenda. You might kind of start pondering it.
Yeah, that's true. Because I mean, Brendan's on 3 points. So
Yes.
if you overdraw or Nisei's milled or something, you might consider popping it straight away.
Yeah.
So I don't remember off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure that Laurie's agenda mixes 3 Future Perfect, 3 NAPD, and 3 Nisei. Pretty standard.
The white tree mix.
Yeah, that's right. So the NAPD and Future Perfects, they'll protect themselves. So it's the Niseis, I guess, that you want to score.
This is always the thing with Noise as well. Noise always runs quite poor. He'll go down to 0 and then suddenly just cash out some stuff. Or Aesop's, I'm assuming is in here somewhere, and just be back up to kind of runnable money.
Yeah, and once you've got a clone chip in the bin, a cash in the bin, a clone chip can make you 6 credits at start turn.
Yes.
With Aesop's.
Yes, very
so
true.
it's and a mill, depending on your specific setup. If you've got Grimmar or whatever.
Yes. But yeah, Laurie's in quite a good place actually, because he's got his 2 mental health clinics set up, so he's getting a 2 credits a turn, which is real nice. That celebrity gift is pretty no. Put that back, good. Celebrity gift is.
So the celebrity gift saw a Batty, which is another great. As I roll my eyes, card from the Santa cycle with Hedge Fund, Eli, Itchy, and another Jackson.
It's a very strong card.
It's strong
yes,
for sure.
Yeah, we can both agree on that.
So I guess it's possible.
Probably going to fire off one of those pup subroutines. I think that would be pretty strong play. I reckon. Net damage or credit. That's that's a tough choice sometimes. So
yeah, you're quite right. I'd say it's more likely uses on Itchy, that kind of thing.
Well, we'll see. We'll watch and we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see who's right, Johno.
Yes,
we'll see who's right. But yeah, no, Trasher Program is the classic.
Or just end the run on a remote, of course.
Yes. But if you can Trasher Program before they hit the Trash Program ice and get rid of his Faust.
That's right.
Then you can also trash another program and it ends the run if it's the Rotor Turret. Yeah, no, it's right. You've got to deal with those mental health connects, man.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't really got the money to do it. If he's got another imp, he might consider going after them. But
that's the thing.
It's I mean, he's only got 2 credits. He's very short on cash.
Yes.
He still hasn't seen an Aesop's. I guess as soon as he has, then cash that imp, maybe even the data cycle will all go away for a few turns.
Oh, there he.
Okay, so we're going to see some Jackson use now.
The nerves got the better of him. He was playing chicken, and he go, no, you know what? let's pop that Jackson. Let's get some stuff back in the
Enhanced Login Protocol is going to go back in. That's a nasty card in RP.
It is one of the worst. It kind of, when I was playing Kate, it made me almost want to put Net Celebrity in the deck just to kind of
kill it.
Stop it.
Kill Corp current. So we should make a comment on a tactical decision that Brendan's made.
Yes.
He's installed Wildside.
Yes.
Without pancakes.
Yes.
Against RP. That's very dangerous because that's a click loss.
That's kind of click compression. But when you need, when you're hoping to draw into it,
I guess he's going to have 3 in the deck, I assume. So I expect he's probably just been unlucky not to see it, or maybe he can't yet afford to install it.
But I mean, the alternative is drawing 2 cards a turn, and that's 2 clicks anyway.
Yes,
so
that's true. Yeah.
overall, I think it's
turn,
sensible. Yeah. He really wants to get into R&D, doesn't he? He thinks his win's in there. He's not a fan of going after that remote.
Well, now that we've got an advanced card in that remote, we've got to worry that we've got to worry it's an Issei.
It's an Issei.
Yeah,
it's an Issei. Let's just there we go.
And it is. Okay. So it is an Issei. Yeah. And
you've got to treat it as an Issei. No matter what it is, you've got to treat it as an Issei. You know, in this situation.
That's true.
When he's in such a strong economic lead as well.
I said it in a previous video, and I'll say it again. I would like to see the runner go after what is presumably a Caprice in that remote, even though there's nothing in there. There's nothing, not defending anything. I'd still like to see pressure because you need to kill it.
Yes.
If another Nisei goes in there, I mean, with the Nisei counter, if another Nisei goes in there, it's it's too late. If you start running it, you might be able to, if you win a side game, like force the Nisei counter use, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Tough to say. Another synergy, I guess we should say, is that because of the 2 mental health clinic, Noise has a 7-card hand size, which is good for wild side and Faust.
Faust is also a positive thing.
Once he finally gets his Faust, we might expect to see that. Do you get the impression that Brendan is just trying to kind of weather the storm and make a bit of money while waiting for that Eli to die, as Laurie installs another piece of ice on R&D?
I think he's hoping to do more, but his cards aren't letting him do that. That's kind of the feeling I'm getting. He's kind of just drawing, looking for Faust, presumably, because like you say, he's got the perfect setup.
Well, now that he's got ESOPs, he's gonna start to recoup some money from those viruses, so he starts to make some money off of that.
Yeah.
And he may well.
Grimoire.
Okay, so Grimoire will help.
Do you want more memory? I don't know. That's a bit of a.
But I guess it's good with viruses.
I guess if you are, he's got a Hades shard on the table. I guess he's he's
hoping just to get one and then time the Hades pop. I guess. Yeah.
Maybe that's the plan. Maybe that's what his. Trash that.
Yeah. Okay. That's the best place to access.
Yes.
A battery.
Certainly is.
So this 4th remote, what do you reckon that is? Do you reckon that's a Jackson? Laurie's occasionally looking at it.
Looking at it sideways. Well, he would have if it was another mental health, he would have rezzed it by now.
That's true.
So the only other thing in RP that it could be is a Batty or Caprice, and that would be mental. So probably not. So I think Jackson is makes sense here.
Yeah, I think Jackson's the only thing it could be, which means that as Noise, do you run it? Do you try and kill it?
I think it depends on how much money you have. At the moment,
that's true.
If he can get out an imp, then you run it. I don't know. See, this is the tricky thing that RP gets you in, because it makes you need to. Oh yeah.
So of course, it's like with a
Grimoire out,
a data sucker and the Grimoire, and that's
Install another program. The Faust was there all along. Oh, he tricked us all.
He did. So finally, the Faust comes out, which means he can break it. It's going to be 2 cards. 2 cards to break.
But yeah, the thing
Cortex lock.
Utopia shards.
Interesting. Okay, so the shards are kind of lining up.
I like what this is. What's happening here. This is very cool. But yeah, I feel like RP makes you pressure you in so many different ways. So you're being pressured by, you've got to access the remote, so that's extra clicks that you've got to spend, kind of running a central, accessing a remote, and all its ice is annoying, and stuff like PUP is cheap and will drain you economically, and you've got to trash all the things. So it's attacking you from many different angles, and kind of keeping up with that, or kind of deciding at which point to just go, screw it, I'm just focusing on R&D, I'm just going to, run a Caprice or whatever. Double advance, so that's a future perfect, I'm assuming.
Yes, I suppose so. I mean, it's possible it's a Nisei that he's trying to bluff. I don't know what. I'm not sure why you would.
I'm not sure what you get out of that.
Yeah, I feel like it must just be.
I feel like I would be more scared of a single advanced card, maybe, because then you're Nisei training.
More likely to run it.
Yes, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, could it be an NAPD that you're trying to bait a run on because he won't be able to steal it?
Ooh, Tolbith's a good shout.
So Tolbith is good because he can't pay the toll.
No.
And it's not. It's quite annoying for Faust to break anyway. So
yes.
yeah. So we see a clone chip, and I feel like Brennan's he's given up on that remote. So I think we're going to see a few perfect score.
I think we are. Yeah,
that's right. So Laurie needs 2 points. That is one agenda to win, and he's got the Nisei counter. And what is presumably a Caprice? We still haven't seen it.
Caprice, or I don't know. It wouldn't have been there because it was there with just the pup. So it's not going to be a Batty.
Not very good. Yeah,
it's not going to be a Batty. So yeah, it will be a Caprice, and Laurie's got the money to kind of make that work.
Yeah. So now I guess he's just hoping
all the Eli's, just get them off the board.
Yeah.
I don't want to see them anymore. Go away.
So now he's just hoping to draw the agenda, right? I mean, Laurie could be fairly proactive.
Yeah.
He could just draw a lot.
Yeah.
So as Laurie, you feel pretty good here in your position.
Oh yeah. No, I think unless something really weird happens, I think Laurie's kind of got this. It feels like he's in a very strong position. He's got a lot of good res dice. He's got good board presence. He's not had to use what we presume is a Jackson, even though there's been a lot of cards in the bin and there's a Hades shard out there. So
yeah, maybe he's just living life a bit dangerously. Although, having said that, if there were agendas in our cards, you think he'd put them into R&D because he wants to draw them. I mean, you'd think he might put them back in his deck, hoping for a draw.
Maybe.
So Brendan's going to check R&D. He's able to blow up the Eli.
Yeah, I wonder what that piece of ice is. I'd be interested to see that. He hasn't got it medium. Oh, told.
Okay. So he's paid a lot of money. Obviously, mental health will help him bounce back. But so Brendan can get in. He's going to have to pay the 3 toll.
And then you can't play the Psy game. Okay, so you can't steal a NAPD. There's already been a Nisei, what's named Nisei scored. So discard 2 and Hades shard. Let's see what happens.
Well,
here.
So during approach of the toll booth, he's going to use it. I guess keeping the 3 credits in case there's a Psy game and there is a future perfect. So he did it before encountering the toll booth, so he still has 3 credits. He's still yet to pay the toll.
Yes.
So he has the money for a Psy game, and Laurie only has 1 credit as well.
So yeah, you pay 2, you steal the future perfect. No, you pay 2, you steal the future perfect.
No, because you have to match the corp. So,
yes, it's in their advantage.
It's if the runner only has 1, that's right. Yeah. So it's a 50-50 shot, basically, for Brendan to call 0 or 1.
I think Laurie will bet. Well, no. See, this is a tricky thing because you think, he's on 1. He definitely wants to keep his 1. He's going to bet 0, and then the corp thinks, I know they'd be thinking that, so I'll bet 1.
I know.
But then I know that they know that you know that I know, so I will still bet 0. Ha ha ha! Kapow!
And it's 1 to 0. So mind games, you won the coin flip. Although it does stay in archives.
It does. Yeah.
So
with that crick though, man, I don't know to get through the Faust.
He has no money now, so he can't res the crick.
Yes, that's true. And then they both bet 0, and then he wins it. Maybe.
So I was a little surprised Brendan didn't run.
Does he have another click?
He had 1 left. I'm really surprised he didn't run archives again.
Yeah.
And just bid 0 and win it. I feel like he's kind of let Laurie get away with that one.
Yeah, maybe, man.
He may live to regret that.
Maybe he was kind of thinking what I was thinking, like, he's got that crick there, I can't run there, but he's got no money.
He's got no money.
Board state kids.
He may also suspect that as we do, that the end remote is a Jackson, which means that he was able to access it with the Hades shard, but during a run, of course, it will just disappear.
Off into the
Jackson will do his magic and he'll whisk it away.
Yes.
Having said that, forcing a Jackson use would still be good, so I don't know. Maybe I would have run in his position, but he does kind of want to get the money back up, so...
See, this is the tricky thing about RP, man. It's like, we're here, we're not stressed out, we've got this kind of eagle view going on, and we're finding it hard to decide which decisions to make. So, in the moment, on the other side of the table, this is why it's a strong call, because it just...
Yeah.
There's a lot of choices to make, and you're more than likely to make the wrong one.
It was Jackson, as expected.
Yeah, there we go.
So, let's see what we get.
Interns is very strong in this deck, particularly for Caprice.
you'll note that the Laurie's put a Sundew in his scoring remote.
Yes.
Presumably just to buy some time while he's waiting to draw
Get
the agenda,
yeah,
just so
yeah.
when he gets it, he's got the money to force it through.
Well, because
maybe
it's
play a couple side games.
Because it's safe behind the toll booth at the moment, for the next few
That's
turns.
true, yeah.
And, also there's a Caprice there, you're not going to... Actually, yeah, maybe now's the time to run that, because he's only got 2, and then he can't res the Caprice.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
I really don't like leaving Caprices on the board. Now, it may not be a Caprice. I mean,
Yes.
it could be an Ash or some bluff
It
that.
could be an Ash, yeah. That's
But although there's still a reason to trash an Ash. But
Yes.
I like to aggressively run Caprices, even if they're not defending anything, because they've got to die.
Yeah, because they will. They maybe
Yeah.
maybe soon
And
in the future.
it's too late. It's too late when there's an agenda.
Yes.
So we've got an install on R&D, an upgrade install. I guess that's another Caprice or a Batty,
Yes.
maybe behind the
Has
toll
he put
booth.
the upgrade in front of? Oh, I'm not sure about that.
So you're supposed to put it behind.
Yes.
I guess he does that so he doesn't forget it. And also,
Yeah.
and I have seen it happen, runners might not be able to see it behind the deck. I've seen that happen
Yes,
a lot.
that's also true. Yeah,
I know a few players who do that.
Yeah, I guess because it's kind of built up, isn't it? R&D, it's harder to see behind.
That's right. Yeah,
I'm laughing, but actually, it might be a concern.
Yeah. So pressure's on Brendan a little bit. I feel like it's a race now to get the agendas out of R&D. He'd like to get a lock.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's still milling. So
Oh, that's big. David is big.
So David is big as he
yeah.
runs the bottle, which does hide a
The
crit.
lovely green bottle. Yeah.
Obviously, David's 3-use toll booth break. Okay, it sounds like he got lucky with a. Sounds like he got lucky with a mill then, as Laurie confesses that there's an agenda.
Yes.
I'm not sure what he's considering, what he can do. There's no jacks on the table.
Well, unless that is secretly an upgrade Jackson with that Sundew, then yeah, you've not really got a lot.
I'm not really sure.
Oh, Nisei.
So
There
he's
we
got
go.
the Nisa. Okay, he would like to draw that.
Yeah.
So now it's 5 apiece. So now it's a race to the next agenda in R&D, I suppose.
It's a race to the bottom. Yeah.
That's it.
But then I've seen a Caprice in his hand. Is there a Caprice in his hand on R&D and in the scoring remote? That's
possible.
That's and a Jackson.
There's a Jackson.
Yeah, does
Might
that
put that down.
change much?
And
Is that
agenda as a Philotic, which I think he installed. Incredible.
Which
So-
that's pretty ballsy.
That is ballsy, because
Yeah.
Brendan has made a habit in this game of not checking the remotes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the Jackson was there for a long, long time.
That's true.
He may be resigned to the fact that that is a Jackson.
And he's just spending all his time getting into a central. That's a nice move,
right.
actually.
So click 1 is Imp. Click 2, I should say, is Imp, because obviously Wildside without pancakes is still...
Yeah.
So you can check HQ.
So will that be game then? Because he's on fire. Yeah, they're both on fire.
'Cause he can't run it.
Blimey, that's...
He can't run the remote either, so he can Nisei now.
That's a very much
And
a...
Brendan can't. Yeah, Brendan can't get an agenda out of HQ
Yeah.
because he installed it. So.
That
is Nisei, that's it.
Was that the last click?
That was,
Bam.
yeah. So he scored it.
The dirt is gone.
Let's go.
Crikey.
So, based on how Brendan made that decision,
Yeah.
we can really tell there while recording our commentary, but
Yes.
earlier when editing, it was obvious that Laurie had kind of made the eyes at him or something. Because the problem is wherever he ran, he was going to get Nisei.
Yes.
That's it. Once you're in that position, you got the win as RP. So, what do you think of that incredibly bold play, installing the undefended Philotic?
Yes. I like it. I like it, man, because you don't think of RP having Philotics.
That's right. It puts paid to my theory that he had a standard RP suite. Now,
Well, exactly. We both assumed that all the way
That's
through, and then suddenly it's something there. And also, he's spent time and money setting up the scoring remote, so you think, oh, he's put a lot of effort into that.
Yeah,
He's going to want to use it. You
Yeah.
know, it's shiny, it's new, it's exciting. But
I mean, he could have, because he could have put the Philotic in that
Yeah.
remote as well. He wasn't going to get it.
The thing,
So it's really surprising.
The thing that gets me is that if he chose to run it, that would be game. Fair enough if he's on like the runners on 1 point. You put out your 2 point agenda. Fair enough. All right. Hopefully you'll sneak it out. But when it's the match point,
Yeah, that's right. It would have been
that's
for
the
Brendan as
ballsiest
well.
thing. But then maybe then he knows that he thinks that he knows.
Yeah.
That, we were talking about this earlier.
But if he trashed the Sundew to put it in that remote,
Yeah.
then
Well,
Brendan
that's-
would say, well, that's an agenda.
Exactly,
But
yeah.
he still wouldn't be able to get it.
Well, you never know.
Yeah.
It's
Maybe there's a way.
it makes it a sure. Well, maybe it makes it more of a sure thing than the side game in a lot of ways. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, once you ran it on 3 on his last click, then if he knew it was once it was an agenda, he was never going to get it.
Yeah.
So I guess at that point he was only hoping it was a Jackson or something that he could trash.
Yes.
And so really interesting.
Yeah, the runner does a lot of admin in their last click. You know, it'll be a run on archives. It'll be checking that remote. So yeah, maybe that's a lesson for everyone out there. Just keep checking remotes even towards the end of the game. Just keep checking remotes.
Yeah, checking remotes is important. Against Laurie. I'm sure any other player would have just put it in the scoring remote, trash the Sunji, but I like it. I like his style.
I like his chutzpah.
I think that when you sit down across from RP, you also assume that there are no 3 advanced agendas. You assume that it's all like 4-2s
exactly.
or future perfects.
Yes.
So to see an unadvanced card, if it's not advanced, it's not an agenda. So I think that's a really interesting decision that Laurie's made to tweak the deck. I'd be interested to know if it replaced. I assume it replaced a future perfect. It could have replaced an NAPD.
I would probably make it replace an NAPD. If it was this before Film Critic or during Film Critic?
This was before Film Critic.
If this is before Film Critic, it replaces an NAPD. So. Yeah, because the NISA, the feature perfects are so important to kind of just stalling out the game till you can get set up and in that horrible position for the for the runner anyway that you saw Laurie get himself into. So yeah, it's I reckon it's an NAPD goes for that.
So.
In this past meta, I'm not sure how useful this commentary is now. But the thing I was going to mention was like I saw some RP decks which had a single early premiere in them, which at the beginning of your turn you res it, you can pay 1 to advance a card and for free without spending a click.
Yeah.
So what they were
like
doing,
tenin in asset form.
Exactly. So what they were doing, they put it out in their remote, and then they put in their scoring remote 1 unres card, and then they think, oh, it's Caprice. Yeah. I'll leave it alone, and then suddenly, bam, early premiere, bam, oh, I've scored a Nisei, and I've got a Nisei token, and I'm on my way to the victory. So it's like
it's good. I like that.
Well, exactly. I think it's a similar sort of style to what Laurie has chosen to do. Is like, all right, I'll just put 1 card in a remote as RP. Everyone's going to assume it's a Caprice or a Batty, and leave it alone. Whereas this is where your kind of thinking comes in, man. Of just kind of, even if you think it's a Caprice, still run it, make him res it, make him play the side game, even if you're betting 0. You're making them pay money to kind of keep that up, maintain that. So maybe
it might be an agenda,
and it might be an agenda. Yes, exactly.
It turns out. Yeah. So was Brendan unlucky with his mills? I mean, maybe not. There was a lot of Jackson.
I don't know. When you're playing noise, then man, it's you're expecting variation in that. Depends how the deck is shuffled. I don't think you can talk unlucky. I think he was maybe unfortunate not to see more agendas when he popped that Hades shard there.
Or to the fact they had to wait so long for an ESOPs, or to wait for it. The fact they never apparently saw pancakes. Just Chrome type. It's, I mean, between Wildside and pancakes and ESOPs, they're the 3 resources you want to get down as early as possible. So the fact that
Trinity.
It took him so long, even with Wildside not providing him with them, it's possible. I mean, he had economy issues. It's possible that he had them and just never got the chance to install them.
Maybe.
Okay. Great. All right. So let's talk about our next video. In the next video, they're going to swap rounds. We're going to see Laurie against Brendan again. Laurie is playing Max.
Yes.
Ooh,
that's
quite an
nice.
interesting ID choice. There was a lot of Anarch on the day. I've said it before. It was basically all noise and Max, so it's kind of split. And Brendan was playing NEH. So we have seen in the last video that his or the last round at least, that his NEH is a kind of butcher shop.
Yep.
So Max against kind of butcher shop NEH. What do you reckon? Is that? I guess you're getting the cards. So
you're getting the cards. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it rolls out. It's I'm not saying it's a strong or weak
Yeah.
One depends what sort of max. I'm assuming Faust max.
So
That you would need to have about 3 levies in that deck, I suppose, for Faust max. So maybe not.
So let me. I can't remember what he had in that deck. I don't think it was Faust. I think it was just Anarch, classic Anarch.
Oh, with
breakers.
the breakers stuff.
And date suckers and stuff.
Yeah, I think that would be more sensible. Yeah, Faust max is mad.
Obviously, economy is important against butcher shops.
Yes.
So, yeah.
But
okay.
you've got I've had worses in there,
true.
but then your max, you're trashing a lot of them. Your
Your
opponent
might go
can
in the
see
bin.
your opponent can see where a lot of them are. A lot of the time, so if they see 3 I've had worses in the bin, then you're pretty screwed.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. Okay, good. I'm looking forward to that. So, thank you for Chris for helping me commentate this video.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.